Mitsubishi i-MiEV electric car review. If you've been to the fuel pump lately, then you know that petrol is getting increasingly cost prohibitive. And although that sounds like a bad thing, I assure you it's not. Too long have Americans enjoyed cheap fuel, leading to what is frivolous driving furthered by oversized vehicles. Don't get me wrong. Enjoy your oversized truck, just be willing to concede that the punishment fits the crime, which is to say the bigger your car the faster it will suck down gas. Nevertheless, we're all at the mercy of big fuel and car companies, though that landscape is beginning to change, albeit at a snail's pace. Tesla is probably the most well-known electric car company. In fact, they're probably the only all-electric car company. Other electric vehicles, and hybrids, are a result of major car brands trying to meet an EPA fleet quota of 31.6 miles per gallon by 2015. But hey, we'll take them. They may not be the end-all answer, but they're a step in the right direction. Case in point are the Nissan Leaf and the Chevy Volt, two cars I've already tested. And while the Volt still sips on fossil fuel for energy, it does dramatically reduce one's dependency on the black gold thanks to its dual motor setup that can be powered by electricity alone for up to 40+ miles, if you're lucky. And the Nissan Leaf, well, that's a 100% all-electric vehicle and probably the best point of comparison to the Mitsubishi i-MiEV, a car that I tested for 3 days in recent. The Mitsubishi is a rather bare-bones affair. It's not slathered in leather, wood trim inlays, or anything you'd find inside of a BMW. In other words, weight is a paramount concern in a vehicle of this type, as efficiency is at the top of the list, and probably a higher priority in terms of what consumers are seeking in a car of this ilk. However, that isn't to say they've skimped on all the amenities, though that doesn't mean that they've nailed it either. The i-MiEV was delivered to me by way of a tow truck. You see, most cars are delivered under their own power, but given the i-MiEV's range of just 62 miles, this seemed like a logical approach. After the AAA driver lunged it off the back of the flatbed, I crawled inside to see what I had gotten myself into. Needless to say, the i-MiEV is not an Audi, BMW, or even a Nissan Leaf. Shortcomings aside, the Mitsubishi i-MiEV is one of the most efficient cars in the US market today thanks to EPA rating of 112 miles per gallon. Of course, it's important to keep in mind that that number is a calculation based off the car's electrical motor and output. And while I can attest to getting close to a 60-mile range on a single charge, the reality is that this will vary with use and environmental factors.